We're approaching Memorial Day weekend, and we know folks are getting back on the road. I guess, Josh, we're getting in the summer driving season, right?
That's right. The unofficial kickoff to summer. Usually a lot of folks look at Memorial Day weekend as just that. And AAA Texas, we're anticipating the second highest volume of total travel volume for Texas. And that includes roads. The airports are going to be packed. It is going to be very busy.
So when you look over time, this is one of the busiest maybe ever?
As far as AAA's been keeping track of it since the year 2000.
Okay, so we can go, people always ask, what about pre-pandemic? So we've eclipsed that.
So as far as the total travel volume goes, we're right on par with where we were in 2019. Airport travel, though, is actually surpassing that 2019 level right here in the Lone Star State. So if you're headed out to the airport, definitely give yourself plenty of time. You know, consider reserving a parking space because remember, over spring break, we were talking about a lot of the airport parking lots were near or at capacity. So we may see a similar situation as we get into this weekend. Make sure you've got all of your documents in order. Make sure you download the airline app. Just give yourself plenty of patience. For domestic travel, I think most people know the rule of thumb: 2 hours, arrive early to the airport. If you're going to be doing international, 3. International travel, by the way, up well over 200% from where we were just last year.
No kidding. Do you have a preference or a recommendation whether you drive yourself to the airport, catch a ride? Does it matter?
Personally, we're going to be taking an Uber to the airport. So we're going to be doing the ride share thing. But again, just giving yourself plenty of time, just understanding what to expect. The lines are going to be long, perhaps even getting into the parking lots, or you're going to be dropping people off. Just give yourself plenty of time.
And it's especially tough when there's construction at the airports too. Well, let's talk about the times of maybe this weekend coming and going, with the most busiest, least busiest.
Right. So we're going to start to see that traffic pick up a little bit, perhaps this evening, but as we get into Thursday and Friday, that's when we're going to see the busiest travel times, the most traffic on our roadways, especially really INRIX, a company that does the analysis for AAA. When we talk about heavy traffic for the holiday weekends, we're looking at Friday really being the heaviest in the afternoon, around 3 to 6 p.m. That's when the traffic's really going to be picking up. And if you're going to a place like Galveston, for example, INRIX did an analysis for I-45. Coming back on that Tuesday, you can anticipate traffic is going to be much higher than what we normally see. So just be prepared for that. Make sure, of course, you got plenty of gas in the tank, right? So, I would recommend keeping your gas tank at least at a quarter of a tank, if not a half a tank full, right, as you're traveling. Give yourself, of course, plenty of time to get there, anticipate some traffic, and then make sure your vehicle's well maintained. We've said it several times, make a good bet, BET, that you'll arrive safely, and that stands for check your battery, engine, as well as your tires before you head out.
And did you mention gas prices? Did we talk a little bit about that? Because we're down from last year.
We are significantly down. I know it's not pleasant that there's a $3 sign to start off our gas prices. Here in Houston, we're at $3.05 for a gallon of regular leaded. But in relative terms, where we were last year, remember, we were getting to that record price territory. We were at $4.28 for a gallon of regular unleaded on this
almost
day
like $1.25 per gallon.
Yeah. So I think that these lower gas prices may spur some last-minute travel choices, and that's great news that we're seeing prices down closer to 3 versus above 4.
I'll get you some extra beaver nuggets when you go by Buc-ee's.
Yes.
You going anywhere notable this summer? Any plans?
Key West. We're going to Key West. Yeah, never been before. Excited to check it out.
Okay. All right. Well, you got to get a plane to get there.
One of those 3.5 million Texans traveling 50 miles or more away from home.
50 miles or more. That was one of the questions I was going to ask you. Do Texans prefer getting out of the state? I mean, a good Texas road trip is always fun too.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of folks really do enjoy going to the Hill Country, Austin, from our area up to Dallas, and then out east, so to Florida, those Gulf Coast beach areas, very popular among AAA members.
Yeah, so we get a bona fide Memorial Day travel weekend, busy on the roads, busy in the air, and then what does that just sort of trickle through the summer? The travel season continues all the way till September.
The anticipation, yes, pending some sort of catastrophe happening, right? Some real big news, maybe some sort of economic slowdown. Yeah, the anticipation is that the outlook for travel is going to be very busy. So even with prices way up, we talked about international travel just briefly. Airfare is up significantly, especially to Europe. Very popular, but still folks are just excited to get out there and travel.
Yeah, get out and do it. Now, I would say one more thing about the gas tank. I mean, with us going into hurricane season, you pretty much always want your tank. Wouldn't you agree, at like a half a tank or more? 'Cause
Absolutely.
you never want to be in that position where there's some impending storm and you're not ready for it. In addition to that, Josh, good to see you, my friend. Thanks.
Pleasure to be here.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend
Thank
to you and
you.
your family. And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll be talking with Josh throughout the summer, especially as we get back into the school and the fall driving season.